is so important to remember that when you became a parent, you were given a very big job. You were given a God assignment in your life. See, having kids is not just for fun and enjoyment. You probably learned that about 2 hours after you brought the baby home, right? Okay. And they're waking you up in the middle of the night, and you're thinking, I thought this was all going to be fun. I thought it was just going to be about decorating a nursery, and it's going to be so fun. And then you realize, my goodness, this baby cries every 15 minutes, and I've got to feed them and take care of them. And you begin to realize there's a responsibility that goes along with this thing. So while your kids are going to bring you tremendous joy, and they should bring you tremendous joy, what you and I need to understand is that that's not the primary purpose of having a child. The primary purpose of having a child is not that they would bring you joy. The primary purpose of having a child is that you would raise them in a way that will be honorable to God, and they will have a successful life themselves. Kids are given to parents to train, okay? And that means you need to value their respect. You need to value not only just their sense of friendship. As I've told you before, your primary goal is not to be your child's friend. Your primary goal is to be your child's parent, to be their teacher, to be their guide, to be their God-given authority. And sadly, what's happened in our culture is a lot of parents don't understand that they have this responsibility. You are, if you're a parent here today, you're the person that is primarily responsible for your kids. The school is not primarily responsible for your kids, okay? I'll say that again. The primary responsibility for raising your kids is not the school's responsibility. That's why you need to know what's going on in whatever school your child is in. That's why we have the opportunity in our country to make our voice known as parents related to what we want our children to learn or not learn. And we have a voice in that. It's called school boards. And so you have the opportunity of speaking into that as a parent. Why? Because you care about what your kids are receiving when they're away from home, when somebody else is talking to them. Why? Because you're the parent, okay? You have primary responsibility. The church doesn't have primary responsibility for raising your kids. We're here to support you, to do everything that we can. We do our best to have an excellent children's ministry, a youth ministry. We're always trying to improve that. But at the end of the day, we only will have your child for a couple of hours at the most every week. It's your job to raise your kids. The government is not responsible. The school's not responsible. The church isn't responsible. You're responsible for what happens with your children, okay? And one day, you're going to give an account to God for what you did as a parent. And the reason I'm telling you this is because I don't want you to be surprised one day when you're standing before God and God says, hey, you were a parent, right? Yeah. How did you handle your kids? Well, I didn't know I was responsible.